Hi friends. For instance, consider yourself and a friend. Are you both of the same height? Are you looking the same? Does your nose look exactly like your friend? Is your hand span the same as your friend? However, if we were to compare ourselves and our friend with a monkey, what would we say? Obviously, we find our friends have a lot in common when we compare ourselves with monkey. But suppose we were to add a cow to the comparison, we should then think that monkey has a lot more in common with us than with the cow.
Hello student, here we are going to see the lesson diversity in living organism. From the name of lesson, we understand the meaning and the concepts which are included in this lesson. Diversity means differences. Living organisms means the differences in size, shape, appearance, their functioning, habitat in plants and animals. There are many types of living organisms on the earth. We all know that there are abundant of living organisms present on the earth. Many organisms are not identical to each other. This variety of living beings present on the earth is called as biodiversity. Bio means biotic factor and diversity means differences. Means these biotic factors means living organism. It may be plants and animals. Biologists have identified and classified more than 1.7 million species of organisms on this earth, and most of these species are found in tropical regions of the world. There is a separate branch of biology called as taxonomy, which identifies names and classifies different organisms present on the earth. Carolus Linnaeus is known as father of modern taxonomy. Means he was the father of modern taxonomy because taxonomy is the naming system. As though there are different varieties of plants and animals, it is very difficult to identify and classify them. But Carolus Linnaeus has given the name to these species of plants and animals. Means he has done classification of plants and animals. Classification of living things is done by the different scientists. Now we will go stepwise. First, the classification presented by Aristotle. He classified organism. Yes, how we can classify and how we can identify in order to see their differences, see their function, their appearances, the species, their habitat. There is need of classification. So, why do we need? That is explained here. What every organism properly. But here are some points again. We have seen there are different animals like us also. There is evolution takes place and there are many changes occur in our body. Means over a course of time the living organism accumulate changes, and these changes could be in environment where we are living. Now we can see there are primitive and advanced organisms, and we can see the changes. We can compare them, how these changes occur in the organism after overdue of the time. The primitive organisms are that ones have an ancient or body design. Their bodies have not undergone many changes with time and therefore they are called as lower organisms. Now about advanced and in this high kingdom system, first of all, he saw that there are Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae and Animalia. These were the five kingdom system. But this five kingdom system is again modified by the in this classification system. If you will see, there are 7 hierarchical points and these 7 hierarchical points, that is order of classification, in that first one is the king, is called as the basic unit.
Classification is done by naming the subgroups of various levels as given in the figure or in the picture. That is kingdom, then phylum for the animals and division for the plants, then class, order, family, genus and species. Thus, by separating organism on the basis of hierarchy of the characteristic into smaller and smaller groups, we arrive at the basic unit of classification, which is the species. So, which organism can be said to belongs to the same species? Broadly, species include all
And it is a
organisms
group
that
of
are similar
organisms
enough
which
to
can
breed and
interbreed with each other.
perpetuate.
They all are same type. The picture below explains how humans are classified in hierarchical order. Here we will see that sequence means an organism, it is at the base, and this organism, it is called as the species. So this species, then we will see here we are the animals and therefore we are inculcated in, we are involved in the kingdom animals, means organism able to move on their own. As we move on our own, therefore we are animals. Now our phylum is chordates because we have the backbone. Then we are in the category or class of mammals because chordates with fur or hair and milk glands are classified into the class of mammals. Then order is primates. Primates means mammals with collarbones and grasping fingers are kept in the order primates. Now our family is hominids. Hominids means the primates with relatively flat faces and three-dimensional vision are called hominids. So, human beings are placed in the family of hominids. Now, our name, botanical name of the human beings is Homo sapiens because Homo is our genus and sapien is our species. So why Homo genus is given? Because hominids with upright posture and large brains are called Homo. So we can stand straight or sit straight. Therefore, we are placed in the genus Homo. That is, we are the hominids with upright posture and large brains. Now our species is sapiens. Means these are the members of genus Homo with a high forehead and thin skull bones. Thus, according to this hierarchical order, human beings are placed in kingdom animals, phylum chordates, class mammals, order primates, family hominids, genus Homo and species is the sapiens. So, human being's botanical name is Homo sapiens. This is all about hierarchical order of classifying humans. Now we will see about five kingdom system. From this diagram you will easily understand how this five kingdom system have shown. Here main, that is Monera. This Monera is again classified into two, that is Eubacteria and Archibacteria. And then after Monera there is Protista, then Fungi, Plantae and Animalia. So this Monera, in this Monera, that is Eubacteria are unicellular and prokaryotic, means they are made from single cell and their nucleus is not membrane bound. So it is prokaryotic. Archibacteria, these are also unicellular and prokaryotic. In Protista, are eukaryotic, means nucleus is membrane bound and their body. Some of the organisms from Protista are unicellular, some are multicellular. Now about fungi. These are multicellular and eukaryotic organisms. They are saprophytic. Now about Plantae. Plantae, some means plants are green plant or non-green, but these all Plantae are multicellular and eukaryotic. Now about Animalia. In this Animalia classification, these organisms are multicellular and eukaryotic. This was all about the five kingdom system classification. How scientists came up with the idea of the kingdoms. If we will observe, the scientists divided organisms into 7 kingdoms on the basis of following criteria. Is here this criteria is given, and ready-made food material by living inside or outside of the body, then these are called as parasitic. And if the organisms are living on dead material or on the decomposed material, then these are called as saprophytic organism. Here we can see easily by this concept map how organisms are classified according to that criteria. Now prokaryotes, in prokaryote Monera kingdom is placed.
There are many keywords in the lesson. Prokaryotic cell, nucleus is not membrane bound. Eukaryotic cell, nucleus is membrane bound. If we'll see the classification of plant, then Thallophyta means thallus body of plant. In kingdom Plantae, again there are many keywords. These are non-vascular plant that are called bryophytes, means in bryophyte there are absence of vascular tissues. Example are liverworts, hornworts and mosses. Vascular plants means presence of vascular bundles that are xylem and phloem. These are present in Pteridophyta. These Pteridophyta are seed-bearing plant. Another are gymnosperm, that is non-flowering plant, and angiosperm, that is flowering plant. Gymnosperm is non-flowering plant, means seeds are naked. They are not present inside in the fruit. Already we have seen cryptogame means flowerless or seedless or lower plants. Phanerogame are seed-bearing plants. They are again divided into gymnosperm and angiosperm. Angiosperms are the plants in which seeds are enclosed in the fruit. Monocot means seed with single cotyledon and dicot means seed with two cotyledons. Autotrophic means plants preparing their own food. Heterotrophic means organism that depends on other for the food. Parasites means organisms get ready-made food from the others. Saprophytic means organisms which live on decomposed or dead material. These all words suggest the mode of nutrition, and thus these are some important key words which are included in this lesson.